On this episode, I'm going to give you 7 reposados that I'm loving and I think you should try right here on the Tequila Hombre, coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today I'm going to give you 7 reposados that I'm drinking right now and loving, and I think you should try. Now, this by no means is like the ultimate reposado list where these are the best reposados ever or anything like that. These are just 7 that I'm drinking right now that I really like. Some of these you probably never heard of or haven't tried, and I suggest that you do if you haven't tried these on this list. So let's not waste any more time though. Let's get into the list and see what reposados we have in store for you. First on the list, of course, these are not in any particular order, just randomly picked things. So don't think this is the top one or anything. But first on the list comes out of 1604, which is Bonanza Distillery. It is Toona crushed, beautiful ripe agave used for it. They use brick ornos for cooking. It's fermented in wood vats. I mean, everything, he just hits the mark perfectly on this. And then it is aged for the reposado in previously used bourbon barrels. And that is Santa Leza. Santa Leza is an amazing tequila. I love this as a sipper. I just started my 3rd bottle of it. So I do enjoy this repo. And I do think that it's one that anybody that likes a reposado with a nice agave presence and light barrel influence to it should definitely pick this one up and try it. It's worth a try. That again is Santa Leza Reposado. Next on my list comes out NOM 1588. It is, I don't have a bottle to show you because I drank all of it that I had. I do have more bottles on order, so I'll try to show you in a future video, but I will put a picture up here on the screen somewhere in post-production. But it is Mala Vida Reposado. Now, Mala Vida Reposado is a beautiful, easy sipping reposado. I drank a ton of it, especially during football season. I finished off my bottle. I'm waiting for another order to come in with it. So, but it is a reposado that is blend of both American and French oak barrels, and it is absolutely delicious. It has a nice, rich barrel complexity to it, as well as still a nice, strong agave presence. It's just beautiful flavor profile. For anybody that likes a really good reposado, I highly recommend trying the Mala Vida Repo. Next on the list is a staple in my house. I have it here all the time. I drink it all the time. I really love this reposado. It is just absolutely beautiful and a great example of a rich agave tequila with a light barrel presence for a reposado. Really easy drinking. I enjoy it with a stogie sometimes out in the garage or out in the backyard, sitting it when it's a beautiful sunny day out. Or I could just sip it sometimes before dinner as well, and even sometimes after dinner. That tequila is from NOM 1414, and it is the Viva Mexico Reposado. If you haven't tried this reposado, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a great reposado. And right now, you can't beat the price on it at Ferment and Still. They have it on sale for $40.99, which is a fantastic price for this beautiful reposado. So make sure you go there and grab some bottles of Viva Mexico before the sale's over and the price goes up. Next on the list is my budget option reposado. It's one that I use for making palomas as well as other mixed cocktails, but I also enjoy sipping this, especially with a nice stogie as well. And for $21.99, you can't beat it. It is Peblo Vejo Reposado, one of my favorite reposados out of Casa San Matias. Absolutely beautiful. I've been drinking this for years. I've got some of the older bottles of it too. This is a staple. It's one that's been around for a long, long time and is very well respected in the industry. So if you haven't picked up a bottle of the Peblo Vejo Reposado, you owe yourself to spend the $21.99 and grab a bottle. It's absolutely delicious. Next on my list comes out of NOM 1107, which is El Viejito. It is owned by Master Tequilero Juan Eduardo Nunez. It is, of course, Santo Fino Reposado. It is a really good reposado, really well balanced, just a beautiful flavor profile, really easy to drink. It goes well with a nice cigar as well, or just sitting out on the patio in the nice summertime or springtime now and just wanting a nice sip. This is just, you can't go wrong with Santo Fino Repo. If you haven't tried it yet, pick up a bottle and try it. It's available everywhere, or you can always, of course, pick some up on Ferment and Still. All right, so next on the list comes out of NOM 1579, and this is one of my favorite reposados out of El Pendio. I love it for the complexity and the minerality in it. Of course, it is Talta Reposado. I just can't get enough of this one. I've been drinking a lot of it. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites, if not my favorite reposado right now. If you haven't tried Talta, it is absolutely a beautiful tequila out of 1579. I'm beginning to like this brand more than G4 now, which you know how much I love G4. So I don't know. We'll have to keep tasting and seeing how things progress. But this may become one of my favorite reposados now as a staple for this brand. So if you haven't tried the Talta Reposado and you like rich, complex flavor profiles and you think your palate can handle it, then dive into the world of Talta and try this reposado. You will not be disappointed. Now, my last but not least, and actually it is probably my favorite reposado right now. Absolutely amazing flavor profile. The way they blend some of these premium aging barrels that they have together to create such a rich, beautiful agave presence, but still a beautiful, soft, buttery barrel presence. This one cannot be beat. If you like a buttery, soft reposado that's just really easy to drink, no burn, but has beautiful flavor profile with the wood presence that we like of vanilla and caramel and dark chocolate, as well as a little presence of some of the alcohol that was formerly in the barrels, because they don't just use bourbon barrels. They don't use any bourbon barrels out of 1146. These are special edition barrels that they use where it has wine or brandy or scotch in them, and they blend these things together perfectly. It's what Enrique Fonseca is like a magician at doing, blending barrels. It is, of course, Cierto Tequila out of NOM 1146. This reposado is magical. It just is a whole different level than most other reposados out there as far as how buttery rich the mouthfeel is on it, how the complexity of all the alcohol notes blend in with the nice barrel presence, but then still has a nice, rich agave presence as well. It's an absolutely amazing reposado. I highly recommend it, especially if you're somebody that just wants to sit back and enjoy and not wipe out your palate with some overbearing flavors that some reposados out there have. This would fit the bill perfectly. And if you have company over and want to have a nice reposado during a special occasion, this would be a fantastic tequila for that. It's a little on the pricey side, so it's not an everyday reposado, but it's definitely one that you can set for those nice celebrations or when you really want to just have something that's really exceptional with a good stogie or something before an important meal or a nice meal or something like that. So if you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend picking up a bottle of Cierto Reposado. Well, there you go. There's 7 reposados that I am really enjoying now, and I highly recommend you try. If you have tried some of these, I'd love to hear your comments on what you think about them. Comment below, let me know. If you're new to the channel, bienvenido, welcome, and make sure you click that subscribe button there and the notification bell next to it so you get notified anytime that we post a new review or informational video like this one. So you can be caught up and have the power that you need when you go into the store to know that you're making a smart decision and selecting the tequila that you are looking for. And if you like the information contained in this video, make sure you click the thumbs up and give it a like. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila, so any of the reposados on this list would be a great choice to know that you'll be sipping some really nice reposados. Salud.